Good evening. My name is Kiara Calhoun. I'm a social work student here at Savannah State University. I am currently enrolled in Dr. Samuel's method class, and one of our assignments is to do an assessment video with pertaining a client and a social worker. Today, I will be the social worker, and my partner, Adesha Card, will be the client.
Hello, I am Adesha Card. I am also a social work student in Dr. Samuel's class for innovative methods, where I will be the client in this assessment video.
Alrighty, so let's get things started. Hello, my name is Kiara, and I'll be a social worker here today at Integrity Counseling. Could we start off with your name, please?
My name is Tommy Lee.
Tommy, how do you spell it?
Tommie.
Lee, Lee.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and can I get your date of birth?
August 18th, 1990.
Alrighty, today's date is the 27th, if I'm not mistaken. And what's your address that you currently reside?
2230 Savannah, Georgia. Zip code 31404.
Alrighty, and your home phone number?
678 135 0023.
Alright, are you currently employed?
Not at the moment, no.
Okay, so there's no work phone. And that was your cell phone or your home phone?
Cell phone.
Cell phone. Alrighty. And which phone? This will be a perfect number to leave a message on this phone. Alrighty. Would you like to provide an email address or no?
T Lee 90 at gmail.com.
Alrighty. And are we able to send confidential information through this email?
Yes.
Alrighty. And you are a male. And what is your age?
25.
25. Alrighty, could you give me an emergency contact name and number if anything's happened?
My mother, her name is Jessica Lee, and her number is 404 354 2090.
Alrighty, I see the 678 and the 404 area code. Y'all from Atlanta area?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And how did you hear about this counseling service?
At my school, actually, when I went to my counselor, and she provided this as a more like broader sense of receiving help, so she recommended this agency.
School counselor. Alrighty, and what school do you attend?
I attend Georgia State.
Georgia State. Alrighty, so could you briefly describe what brings you to this appointment and what would you like to accomplish?
Well, I'm going through depression that's quickly leading towards suicidal thoughts, and probably is going to lead into actions if I don't try to receive help. I've been going through a lot these past few years with my family not supporting me in my career path change in school. And because of our culture, I have to do what my father says. But being in America has like shown me that people don't really follow in their father's footsteps. They don't really follow their rules. So I wanted to set myself out and break the chain because I want to do something different.
Okay. So you're dealing with depression, suicidal thoughts, and issues regarding your family traditions, correct?
Yes.
Alrighty, so I'm going to go over a couple of things with you here about our policies here at this counseling session.
Mm-hmm.
So our evaluation policy, it is to provide a thorough and comprehensive evaluation of the mental health and of possible substance use in order to determine if you have diagnosable mental health or substance use disorder and make appropriate recommendations for you.
Mm-hmm.
We will provide you with a written report of these findings, but you must know that no guarantees are offered. So you're always welcome to ask any questions, and we will gladly help you to find resources for alternative second opinion evaluations. If education or treatment is needed, we will assist you in finding appropriate services at another agency.
Mm-hmm.
Our policy is to provide either evaluation or treatment, not both. There are exceptions. For example, if it is in your best interest if you decide to get this, we may provide both services. An example might be that you were referred here by your employer or your equal employment assistance program, and they may accept the financial responsibility for evaluation and treatment at this facility. In this case, it may be your best economic interest to do both here, and you always have a choice of seeking services elsewhere. But in this case, since you were referred by the school, of course, they'll pay it for you. Alrighty. So we're also going to talk about confidentiality here. While you are legally entitled to confidentiality, you may need to provide consent for us to report to your school counselor.
Mm-hmm.
This is at your discretion. We do have a responsibility to protect public safety. Therefore, the DOT will be notified if you choose not to accept our recommendations.
Mm-hmm.
In order to complete your evaluation, we may need to collect information from other sources to supplement your self-report, such as interviews with family members, other healthcare providers, probation officers, and etc. If this evaluation will be used in a court proceeding, we will ask for a copy of the court order for the evaluation and other legal documents. The evaluator may also obtain information online or through public records relevant to your legal history, both criminal and civil. So, with being in this counseling session, you will have more than one session. So, I will let you know about our cancellation policy. To help serve you and others better, it is important to keep your scheduled appointments. If you need to cancel or reschedule, please give us as much notice as possible so we can offer that time to someone else. Unless canceled at least 24 hours in advance, our policy is to charge for missed appointments at the rate of a normal counseling session. This will be billed to you. We may require prepayment in order to schedule another appointment if this happens. So, I will go on to confidentiality. Here as your counselor, I will not share information with any person outside of this counseling agency without your written permission, except as required by law or as needed to file your insurance claim. Federal regulations do not protect from disclosure of information related to a client's involvement in a crime against property or personnel. We are required under state law to report suspected abuse of a child, elderly person, or individual with a disability, or any other reported sexual misconduct by licensed healthcare provider. We may share limited information in the event of a medical emergency or in the event of a specialized court order signed by a judge. I do have the option of breaching confidentiality if you report a specific plan or intent to cause serious bodily harm to yourself. So you just read this at the bottom and then you just sign right here and date it. Thank you. And if you could read it out loud so that I can know that you did understand.
Okay. I am voluntarily seeking outpatient counseling at Integrity Counseling Incorporated. I understand that I have rights and responsibilities regarding my participation in treatment, including the right to discontinue therapy. I am strongly encouraged to discuss my treatment plan and status in treatment with my counselor. Counselors will also discuss that alternatives, procedures, qualifications, and drawbacks to therapy. With my signature below, I acknowledge that I have read, understand, and agree to all of the above. I also acknowledge that I have been given a copy of HIPAA/privacy practices implemented here at Integrity.
Alrighty, so now we're going to start our assessment. So first, could you tell me about some strengths that you possess?
One of my strengths I can say is that with everything that's going on, I can still be able to go to class. Sorry, go to class and still maintain a good GPA with, even though I'm not really there mentally.
So you attend class every day?
No, Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays.
Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. So how are your grades there?
I'm more of like A B average. I never got anything lower than a B, so I'm trying to keep that going. But everything is really starting to pile on now, especially with me trying to change my major.
Alright. And what's your current classification?
I am a sophomore.
Sophomore. What's your current major?
My current major is pre-law.
Pre-law. Alrighty. Have plans of becoming a lawyer?
That was my father's plan.
Father's plan. And what is your plan?
My plan, I want to be able to be more hands-on and helping in the community, especially with immigrants that come to America. So I want to be a social worker for immigrants.
So more like a international social worker?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So I can gather from you liking to help others. It's one of your positive traits, helping others.
Mm-hmm.
Alrighty, so now I'm going to ask some questions about your birth and your early childhood.
Okay.
So where were you born?
I was born in New York. That's where my family moved before they moved from China. Before they came to the United States.
Okay, so you was born here.
I was born here.
New York. Okay. New York City.
New York City.
Okay. How was your mother's health during her pregnancy with you?
It was kind of difficult. Like, she had me pretty early. Like, not too early, but early enough to where I had to stay at the hospital a little longer than most children.
Okay. So you was born early. But you weren't a premature. Alrighty, so were there any complications with your birth besides you being born early?
No.
No complications. Okay, that's good. To your knowledge, did your mother use tobacco, alcohol, or any other drugs during her pregnancy?
Not to my knowledge, no.
Alright, are you aware of any delays or difficulties during your early childhood, such as speaking, toilet training, crawling, walking?
I did have a slight speech impediment when I was growing up, but going to a speech therapist has helped me be able to see growth in my speech now.
Slight speech impairment. So when did you start visiting a speech therapist?
When I was 5.
Speech therapist at 5. Were the sessions in school? Did you go to a counseling office?
I went to a counseling office actually, and it was kind of strange at first, but getting to know my counselor and knowing that she was nice, I was able to quickly adapt.
Alright, so how often were your speech sessions?
It was really on the weekends because I had school during the week and my parents worked a lot, so it wasn't really easy for them to try to get me out there during the week.
Okay. Alrighty. So did you have any medical problems or serious injuries during your childhood?
Mm-mm.
Alrighty. So now we're going to talk about your father. Your father is currently living, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And what's his age?
He's 52 years old.
52. Okay. And he's still living in the Atlanta area?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Both of my parents are, yes.
So your parents were still together, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes, ma'am.
Alrighty. And you did say your dad is a lawyer, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Alrighty. And when you were growing up, what did your father value?
He valued like discipline. He valued he just went if it was his way, if it's his way or the highway. So he did value family. Like he wanted us to be close knit, but because of his like strict beliefs, it kind of pushed me and him away.
Family, discipline. Alrighty, so how would you describe your relationship with your father now?
It's rocky. Like we don't speak at all. When I do call home and try to at least be cordial, he refuses to speak with me. I only talk to my mother.
Alrighty, so what was your relationship like when you were growing up with him?
It was I can say I was happy when I was growing up as a child because I didn't really have any worries about my career. I was just living life as a child. We always went to the park when we could, and we would take the train in New York when he had free time. So it was pretty happy.
Okay. So y'all had a better relationship when you were younger, correct?
Mhm.
Okay. Alrighty. And is your mother still living?
Yes.
Alrighty. And what's her age?
She's about to be 50, so 49.
49. Okay. And you said your parents are still together, so they both reside in Atlanta?
Yes.
Okay. Alrighty. And where does your mom work?
Oh, she's not. She's a stay-at-home mom.
Stay at home mom. Do you have other siblings?
I have a younger sister. She's 10 years old.
Alrighty. And what were your mother's values growing up?
Family, nurturing, just the usual things a mother does for their children.
Alrighty. And could you describe your relationship with your mother now?
With my mother, it's not as rocky as my father's because we still speak, but because that's her husband, she has to stand by him and whatever he decides. So when we do talk, it is kind of strained more than I don't want it to be, but we still have a relationship.
So you can agree that your family, they go by the patriarchal values with the father is in charge? Okay. So what was your relationship like with your mother when you were growing up?
It was very good. She'll I'll help her cook when she made meals, and she even taught me a few dishes, even though that's sometimes frowned upon. Like my dad, he didn't like that. She taught me how to cook.
Okay.
And we always had like movie nights every Saturday, so that was really fun.
Okay. Alrighty. So did your parents have a good relationship when you were a child?
I always seen them like it wasn't really no like major issues. I mean, every couple has their like this what's it called? Oh, I forgot the word, but you know, they have their times where they're not at one, but their love canceled everything out.
Alright. So how long have they been together?
They've been together for 20 years.
20 years. Alrighty. So, what was school like for you when you grew up?
Um, Growing up, for school wise, because I was in New York, like most of my childhood, it was a lot of different like people who are brought up in different cultures. Like it wasn't just one set of population, so it was different for me to see different children and like learn like that they grew up different from me. And it was like it opened my eyes a little bit more to see like how certain people interacted within the community.
Okay, so the community and the school you attended was very diverse with different cultures. Okay. Okay, you say you have no job, correct? And you're a sophomore in college?
Yeah.
Okay, so what do you currently reside on campus or you have your own apartment?
I'm actually moving between houses, like with a few of my college friends because I got kicked out of my parents' house not too long ago.
Okay, and how did that make you feel when you were forced to move away from your parents?
It actually like cut me deep because I thought that no matter what family, like because my father was big on family, that even though he disagreed with what I wanted to do, he would still stand by me. And even I could have took him not paying for my schooling because I could have just got a job, but him to kick me out is like he set me back. So it just hurt me.
Alrighty, so when he kicked you out, how did that make you feel physically and emotionally?
Well, physically, I was just like drained. Like I didn't really want to go much further. Like I didn't know what I was gonna do, but something told me to like just don't cut yourself short. Just keep going, and it'll be a good outcome in the end.
Okay. Alright, and you said mentally you were depressed.
Yes.
Okay. So let's talk about that for a minute. And you said you did have suicidal thoughts? How often were you having those suicidal thoughts?
They'll pop up like every once in a while, like mostly when I'm by myself. But not to the point where I would try to take upon those thoughts.
By yourself. So you never acted on them, you just had thoughts. Did you speak to anyone about it?
No, because I'm not close with my family right now. So I feel like if I tell them, they won't try to help me in any way that they could.
So who would you say is your support system right now?
Well, my support system, I would say it would be my friends in college because the fact that they even let me stay with them with my time of need is really helpful, and it just took a load off of me.
My college friends or your support system. It's good to always have friends in college because they may sometimes become your family. Alrighty. So, based on what you have told me, I will refer you to some services. First, we're going to try and get you some housing. That's going to be the first issue. So, I'm going to contact the housing on campus. How would you feel about living on campus and you'll be surrounded by different people, uplifting people?
That would be fine. That would actually be a huge load off, so then I won't have to worry about transportation too.
Alrighty, college housing. So we're going to look into that, and if it's a cost for the application fee, we'll make sure we get that covered for you. So I'm also gonna refer you to another agency that'll help you with depression. So I'm gonna put you in like a support group with people that experience the same problems as you.
Mhm.
And those classes will be offered on Mondays and Tuesdays at 5.
Okay. That's actually perfect because Monday's my class is at 2, so yeah,
Okay.
make it.
And I'm gonna look into and see if they have any type of support groups on campus as well.
Mhm.
And also, we're going to schedule another appointment for here, which would be the best time for you to meet.
Is Thursday? Thursday.
Thursday. Okay. And I'm available whatever time
Okay.
that's best for you. What time will be fine for you?
10:30 to 11. Around that time.
10:30 to 11. Okay, that's perfect. And I'm gonna write my number down for you. Any questions you have or anything else before we end our session?
Oh no, ma'am. Thank you.
Alrighty, and this is for yours to keep. And thank you, Tommy. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
And I'll see you again next Thursday at 10:30.
Thank you so much.
Mhm.